TikTok is fun and fast, great for sharing dance moves and launching the careers of superstars. But the world's most exciting app is also its most mistrusted. In recent months, there has been increasing discussion of either limiting or completely banning the short-form video app. The Chinese company that owns TikTok has been accused of harvesting sensitive user data and handing it over to the Chinese government, raising fears over potential breaches of privacy and national security. These allegations have sparked intense debate and controversy, with some experts warning that TikTok could be much more dangerous than it appears on the surface. Despite these concerns, TikTok continues to thrive, attracting millions of users around the world with its addictive short-form videos and innovative features. TikTok's meteoric rise to success has been nothing short of astonishing. The app was launched in September 2016 by the Chinese tech company ByteDance, but it was not an immediate success. In fact, the app struggled to gain traction in its early days, with many users dismissing it as a fad. But the company's persistence paid off, and by 2018 TikTok had become one of the most downloaded apps in the world. In the United States alone, TikTok currently has close to 95 million users, and it is expected to rise, which means roughly 1 in 3 Americans will have a TikTok account. The first and only Chinese social media app to truly compete with the giants of the US market, TikTok is now more viral than Instagram and YouTube. The app's success is attributed to its ability to create viral sensations that capture the attention of millions, ranging from memes and dances to challenges and other internet trends. This has created a cycle of growth where more people flock to the app to join in on the fun. Then came fears about the app's potential for spreading misinformation and exposing people to harmful content. But the most significant concerns surrounding TikTok is its handling of user data. The app has been accused of gathering vast amounts of information from its users, including sensitive details such as location data, device information, and browsing history. Critics have raised concerns that this data could be accessed by the Chinese government, and this has led to fears that TikTok could be used as a tool for espionage or cyber attacks against other countries. The fact that TikTok is Chinese raises the most significant problem with the platform, in contrast to the majority of other social media sites that are US-based. Although the information being collected on those hundreds of millions of devices is not much use to compromise an individual, it poses a very serious risk in the hands of a hostile foreign government. When TikTok is described as a national security risk, that is essentially what those governments mean. TikTok and other apps provide a risk of disinformation, social control, and mass manipulation. Although the risk to an individual may be little, it is significant for society and democracy. Yet, it should be acknowledged that xenophobia and anti-China sentiment is partially responsible for these anxieties. After all, the US government's record of protecting user data privacy is not the best. But the US has several safeguards and laws in place that somewhat limit the government's influence, whereas China doesn't have such safeguards. A much bigger problem with TikTok is the chance it offers China to manipulate what the app's vast foreign audience sees. TikTok has evolved from a lighthearted entertainment app to a significant news source. 1/4 of users in America claim to use TikTok as a news source. The share can reach 50% in countries with weaker mainstream media. This raises severe concerns about TikTok's Chinese ownership. Although TikTok's content moderators are located outside of China, Beijing is where the app's algorithm is developed. A minor tweak to the algorithm might give more traction to videos that cast doubt on COVID-19's Chinese origin or accuse NATO of starting the war in Ukraine. That way, TikTok doesn't just steal user data, it can also influence people's likes and dislikes by manipulating thoughts and emotions through targeted content. In response to all these fears, in December 2022, the federal government in the US banned TikTok from government-issued devices. Officials said the ban is necessary due to national security concerns about the China-based owner of the app, ByteDance. Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri called TikTok a Trojan horse for the Chinese Communist Party. In February 2023, the European Commission announced the ban of TikTok from government devices. Few days later, Canada also announced the same decision. All of them have cited security concerns, and it looks like many more countries will follow suit. Most of the bans have been justified not by security issues that already exist, but by potential ones. At least now, in the US, Canada, and Europe, bans have only covered those who work for governments and other political bodies, and they have not expanded beyond that, but they could do at any moment. For instance, Donald Trump looked very keen on banning the app as his term drew to a close in 2020. While other countries such as Indonesia have imposed temporary bans on TikTok, the biggest country that continues to prohibit the use of the app is India. India permanently banned TikTok along with more than 50 other Chinese apps after a deadly border dispute with China, citing national security concerns. Meanwhile, Chinese officials have started to insult the United States' decision to ban the TikTok app from government devices, calling the move an abuse of power. Commenting on the recent ban, Chinese diplomat Ma Ning said that the U.S. has been overstretching the concept of national security and abusing state power to suppress foreign companies. Adding to that, the U.S. has been accused of disregarding the principles of market economy and fair competition for banning the app from government devices. TikTok has questioned the bans, saying it has not been given an opportunity to answer questions, and governments were cutting themselves off from a platform beloved by millions. When it comes down to it, it is true that TikTok lacks a focus on privacy and can be more invasive than other social media platforms. However, it's important to acknowledge that all social media companies collect significant amounts of personal information that can be sold to third parties and law enforcement agencies. While there have been security issues and privacy scandals associated with app, there is no evidence to support the allegation that TikTok is a spy tool for the Chinese government. In fact, other platforms such as Facebook could pose an equal or greater risk to American citizens. Whether or not a complete ban is ultimately implemented in countries remains to be seen, but it is clear that the issues surrounding TikTok are complex and will require ongoing attention and debate. Despite these concerns, there is no denying that TikTok has changed the social media landscape in a major way. As we move forward into the future, it will be interesting to see how TikTok continues to evolve and what impact it will have on our lives.